welcome back. We're here today at Electric Family's All Access. We've got a very special guest, Mr. Carl Cox, a man that doesn't really need an introduction. He's the king of Ibiza. He's been a DJ for countless years, and we're really excited to have you here today.
Thank you. It's really nice outside, of course, and being here for the first time inside,
Yes.
and to see you and the family and to feel part of it is it's really nice to be able to just take five, and talk about things that I've been up to and what we've done to collaborate also.
Sure. Well, yeah, you actually get some downtime in Los Angeles, which is nice. You just played EDC Mexico, and then you played in LA. And,
Yes.
I mean, let's talk about that. Like, how is the vibe different in the USA versus, everywhere else you play in the world? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been basically playing, the USA now since 19, I would say 88, 89, so I've seen a lot of changes from when I first came to where I am now. As you can imagine, there was no smartphones, there was no internet connection, there was nothing. It was just people would talk about, an event they would like to go to and then tell their friends, via, fax machine or by the pages and all that sort. We're talking old school, but that's what it was like, but now you can flick a Facebook message and get 20,000 people. Things have changed a lot since I started to where I am now. But now everyone's getting connected. It's really great to see how it's really has been embraced, this whole culture of the music, because many years ago it was never able to connect all the different states based on that, a radio station, especially here in LA. It used to be called Groove Radio by a DJ that used to spearhead dance music and the Swedish Eagle, but you couldn't hear it anywhere else. It was just here, and that was the thing about it. Everywhere else was country and western, hip hop, and mainstream. But now, with the digital satellite network, we were able to get Mix FM and this kind of ideal of connecting the sound from all over the country. So no matter where we go now, people now understand what we are about, what we're doing, and how it's progressed into something very serious in the end of the day, based on where we are right now.
Well, let's talk about where you're going. I mean, when you go to Burning Man, I know it's a really big part of your life and really special to the music community. And let's talk about your camp. So the camp is called Playground.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about it and what you have coming up this year. Any new initiatives? Tell us a little bit about it, how it got started.
Yeah. Well, Burning Man was the first time I went was in 2008, and it was just me, my friend Ian Hussey, Mark Lewis, and James, the Mongoose we called him because for certain reasons, and we just took the RV and ended up on the playa with Opulent Temple. They kindly let us have a real estate where we can park up, and I played for Sid Griss from San Francisco and his crew, and it blew my mind. When I first got there, I was very impressed on how people just came together. I would never say that Burning Man is a festival. It's a gathering of like-minded people who really feel the same about being there and conscious about the way things are, especially the leave no trace motif is amazing. Where if someone's smoking a cigarette, they put it in a little tin in the side of their pocket, rather than.
So true. I wish every festival would be like that. I see trash at all the festivals.
Yeah.
Burning Man is spotless. It makes no sense.
It's incredible, and if you do leave your real estate and you do leave anything there, and then you get outcasted for it. So I kind of like that idea, that people are at least conscious and aware of your surroundings, and I love that aspect of Burning Man as well. But I was able to play for Sid and had an amazing time. I did play differently. Like I would than I would normally play anywhere else. It's definitely something communal about Burning Man, and which I love. It is almost like going home for a week to meet other like-minded people who enjoy this.
So I have a question. Yeah. Tell us how you got your playa name and what your playa name is.
Yeah, so my playa, it was difficult with my name because it could have been a lot of things, but because I've always shared the love of music, and I do make music myself, and I've been doing it for many years, my playa name became the Music Maker.
Very cool.
So the maker of music. So whether I'm kind of tapping on a beat of like a saucepan or something, or just whistling around, I'm always making music somehow, and obviously playing the music. And sharing the love of music. I think the Music Maker was an apt title for me.
Well, everyone always remembers who gave them their fly name. Who gave you the fly name?
To be honest with you, no one could. It was something that I had to think of.
Okay.
Which was it took a while.
Cool.
It could have been the Flying Eagle or something, you know. But,
Yeah. Made much more sense.
but the music made more sense.
Very cool. Well, let's anything new this year at camp?
Yeah, so we had 2 years ago, we had a wonderful lady called Emma, and she was a yoga master, and she for her kind of like offering to our camp, she said that she would do like 3 yoga sessions. And what she thought would be really unique is if I played the music maker, to the yoga session. And this really excited a lot of people, because a lot of people who were there as well know of Emma and what she was about, and they were excited to see her. She's like a star, you know. They all came with the yoga mats and everything, and she was basically talking about the idea of having live music to her session, which was very special for everybody as well. So I kind of came out in a caftan and headgear and everything, and I played the music very tranquil, very artsy type sound, and just so people can kind of warm to the idea of the sound that I was elevating, and how she was speaking and introducing her style of yoga to the playa. And it was a major success. It was fantastic, even to the point that, you know, a lot of people fell asleep and snored.
It's a relaxing state.
It's a bit too relaxing. I mean, I never really DJed to many people that go to sleep with my music.
Makes you feel good about yourself, right? Like, what's going on here?
But the job was done. You know, I've done many gigs in my time. This was a very special one. But we're going to apply that to the camp this year, and I think people are really going to be excited to hear that it's going to happen again at the playground.
Well, you heard it here. If you make it to Burning Man this year, don't miss out on Carl Cox's yoga. You might get some good sleep there.
Yeah, guaranteed.
So yeah, let's transition now. Let's talk about a question that's for us. We always ask every artist that comes in here, now, what was it that made you want to collaborate with us? We talk to so many artists, and you know, we have a pretty, you know, great track record of working with hundreds of artists in the past, and we're honored to work with you. Like, what was it that made you want to work with us to collaborate on your charity bracelet?
Yeah, well, I think Electric Family really stands a lot for, you know, in the end of the day, based on, you know, bringing people together. It's very charitable, of course, and the way how you feel about also giving back to people, and which has always been my ethos with my music. And with this, I feel that there's a great connection between ourselves and how we work together, and also how people feel about what we're about at the end of the day, because obviously you've been to the play, you've been to Burning Man, you see what it's like. You know, it's about giving and sharing and giving back and helping others. And that's how I felt about you know, Electric Family, and the way how we foresee things for our future, and hopefully they can help others in our future.
Very cool. Well, we appreciate that. And just to talk a little bit about the collaboration, we did a bracelet that benefited a charity of his choice, which was the Baobab Foundation. Tell us a little bit about the foundation and what it means to you.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine called Jim Mason, who's a very old school friend of mine, and his partner Lucy, and a mother, they have ties in Kenya, and the school that they have in Kenya, they really needed some sort of infrastructure, and also to be able to create rooms for the kids to study, and if there's any of them that are really taking an avid interest to work on those subjects, to be able to elaborate for the kids to develop themselves, you know, for their future. And this is amazing that we're able to, with the bracelets that we've developed, so Carney developed and donated for us, with the money that we've been able to generate from that, has been able to help the students, you know, really cool. Even develop their home skills into learning so much about life, and if they really specifically wanted to learn more about any academics and about management, hotel management, or anything like that, we're able to utilize this money to be able to help them study, and to hopefully, you know, like I said, we had a subject that actually ended up in Harvard. So this is a great poster boy campaign for others to follow, and we've never really seen that before happen in Kenya. So it's really positive. I'm very pleased to be able to contribute and to help out, and your help has also helped us even more to get to the goals that we like to see happen in our future.
I wanted to ask a question for a long time. you go to interviews, you hear questions from the audience, and you hear probably these questions all the time. What's the best party in the world? What's your favorite festival? I mean, this question is something that I thought of, and I wanted to ask you first. I mean, do you even have a bucket list anymore? Do you have a place that you haven't played that you want to do, or something special in your life that's your bucket list? I'd love to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite bizarre because I've never really, ticked off any boxes or things that I'd like to try and to conquer or to experience or to go to. I've just kind of gone along my merry way, and fortunately enough, been able to do that. Bungee jumping was one thing I didn't want to do, and I ended up doing it. But I didn't do a bungee. I did a thing called a canyon swing in New Zealand. Yeah. So you kind of jump off, backwards or head first, and down to this canyon, and then a bungee gets you, and you kind of go swing at 120 mile an hour left and right.
Does it like go right above the water?
Yeah, you got these people in the boat going through, and look at it, coming towards you. Is that a bucket list? I don't know, but it was something that I did, and it was fun when I did it, and I probably would do it again at some point. But you know what? I've been into cars, so it's, since I was a kid, I've been into racing cars. I used to street race many years ago. I used to drag race really many years ago, and then I stopped drag racing because I was always DJing. But now I've gone back into drag racing again, and actually gone into professional top level series called Pro Mod Racing. Now, if anyone knows Pro Mod Racing, it's really fast, really exciting, and it's top level. The speeds I've gone in the car so far is on a quarter mile is 6.1 second at 234 mile an hour. Wow. Now that's fast for me. The car that I've bought, it actually can go faster, but I've bought that car from the States and taken it to Australia, to where I live, and racing that car in Australia. So my bucket list is eventually getting that car to go back to the States, get it to race up against the best at NHRA racing level, and to see how far I can go myself with my own efforts and my team and my crew from Carl Cox Motorsport and Carl Cox Drag Racing team, to see how far we can go and really try and tick off that box. I mean, if I win, that would just be incredible. Wow, if I win, that'd be a cool thing. But I think even just getting involved, I think would just be more special. So that's what I would like to do in the end.
So when there's an NHRA race and Carl wins, are you going to DJ your own after party for the champion?
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think anyone in drag racing knows too much about who I am as a DJ. But I think some of the fans that do go know who I am, and they already know my drag racing efforts and the car that I've bought, which is absolutely fantastic, from a company called Proline, and these guys are the best in the business. So far, so good. I've been enjoying myself in this car. I've been getting more and more comfortable to get in the car the faster I'm going. So cool. So that's why. Maybe
we'll see Electric Family on the Carl Cox race car one day. We'll see.
Well, stranger things have happened.
So we always ask this question to every artist that comes in and sits down to chat with us. And it's a question about your fans and a message that you would leave your fans. And so imagine we have a big LED screen here behind us, and you're on stage. There's 100,000 people out there, and you have one message that you can type on your laptop that will get put on the screen and everyone will see it. What would be your message?
My message has always been simple, has always been clear. And that should just be positive, never negative. I think that goes for so many people that understand at the end of the day that no matter what happens in life, you can't put a square peg into a round hole. So if that doesn't work out, positive, negative, you can't put a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work, and that's my message.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. I mean, it's incredible to have you here. And it's an honor. So we really appreciate your time, and we look forward to the rest of your USA tour, and we will see you at Ultra, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Glad to be a part of the Electric family.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm here at the Electric family headquarters. We'll be signing the most famous book.